listening to pause. We pause for a second or two. This is episode 191. Children watching execution videos. Every once in a while, unfortunately, we arrive at an episode like today when we feel that something needs to be said out loud, that something needs to be recognized. Today's episode is such an episode. It would, in one sense, we would like to just skip today's subject, pretend like it is not there, hope that it will sort of sort itself out. Personally, I don't really... I've thought a lot about if it is really constructive to talk about today's subject. And I have tried telling myself that it maybe is not constructive, but I think it is, actually. Today's subject is about something cold. And probably, if we do not talk about what is cold, we will have a hard time keeping what is warm. We need to know the cold to also know the warm. And that is what today's episode is about. Today's episode is called Children Watching Execution Videos. And it is what it is. In the news now, we have read about that in different social media, on different video platforms, children are exposed to real videos of people and other children executing each other. When I was a kid, when I was, I believe, 13 years old, this service YouTube arrived. And a friend of mine once came to school and said, "Hey guys, have you heard about this new thing? It's called YouTube. It's like a place where people upload stupid videos and you can watch funny videos." So we did. We watched stupid videos. Most of them were just silly jokes. But I also remember that some of my friends found some alternative websites where people uploaded disturbing videos instead. And I remember that I came across one or two such disturbing videos. Some friend of mine playing a prank and saying, "Hey, watch this," and then just showing something out of the blue. And it would be a video of something grotesque happening. And those videos that I was exposed to, that my generation was exposed to, was always violent or grotesque videos very clearly happening somewhere else. It was very clear that this video was made by some lonely adult in some country somewhere in the world. But it was it felt far away. So the disturbing videos that my generation saw was, they felt far away, like they were happening somewhere else to someone else. Today, however, now children are watching extremely violent videos, and they are watching them in great numbers. There are some videos that basically every child are seeing right now, or at least many of them. They're spreading it. And the difference from this generation, from my generation as an example, is that the videos now are not made far away. They are from at home. They are recorded in Sweden, some of them. They are recorded in other European countries. They are recorded in North America. So when children today are watching these violent videos, when they are seeing them, and they are seeing someone being executed, for example, they cannot, while they are watching this, they cannot think this is happening somewhere far away, because it's not. It's happening nearby. It's maybe even happening locally. And that is something else. We, as adults, are seeing some of the same videos right now. I have seen some of these videos of violence and executions. And what we are trying to do is to sort of at least try to use our empathy to see what is this video doing to me here and now. And then at least try to use our empathy to see what would this video make to a kid. How would they feel in their bodies seeing this extreme thing happening? The Polaroid of today's episode, the emotional skill of today's episode, is specific skill diaphragm. Our diaphragm is the muscles responsible for controlling our breathing. Our diaphragm is also the place where we recognize danger. So when we come across an actually dangerous situation, our diaphragm starts acting out. It can vibrate, it can tense up, it can go cold, it can cramp, it can ache. So our diaphragm is a really good sense of if the situation we are in is really dangerous or not. It will tell the truth in this matter. And as children now are watching these execution videos, not only being what they are, but also happening close to them in their home countries and perhaps to people of their same demographic, kids like themselves. It is difficult imagining that it will not change their outlook on life. Probably these videos right now are changing children's outlook on their life. As I was watching violent videos as a kid, I always immediately thought that is happening somewhere else, so I don't really have to adjust my plans for what I just saw. But if you're a kid now and you're watching such a video, you cannot distance yourself. You must change your outlook on life from what you're seeing. And likely, this generation of children watching these videos, they will not really be able to sort of make sense of what is happening right now until probably many years up the road. It will probably take quite some time to sort of make sense of what they're going through right now. And I think it would be pretentious also of us adults trying to say that we know how this is affecting them, how this is changing them. We don't. Unless you are an adult who yourself have sort of seen such things close by, you will not know. And that is unfortunately maybe one of the truths of what we're talking about today, that if you, like me, are an adult that have no such personal experience, our children will feel, in one sense, closer affinity with adults having such experiences. When it comes to this, sort of making plans and sort of adjusting to what is happening, probably children of this generation will feel like adults having such experiences are closer to them in some existential way. So I guess what I'm saying right now is that this generation of children might become quite conflicted in what adults they feel close to. Probably many of these children have parents who have no such experience, but there are other adults having such experiences. So there will be this sort of tension between two sort of groups of adults. And perhaps the role of this generation, in one sense, is to sort of link the two in their way. That they will come up with a solution of how these two groups of adults, those with such experiences and those without, how they will sort of relate to one another. That will probably be one of the tasks for this generation. And as my generation, for example, grows older, there will probably be children of this generation saying things and guiding in a way that at first will seem incomprehensible to me and people of my generation. That I will not get really where they're coming from, because they're talking out of experiences I don't have. And what also remains to be seen now is how will the spreading of such videos also happening close by, how will that affect what is happening right now? Will it increase or will it decrease? Or will it change into something else? It also remains to be seen. And this is a terrible subject. It is easy to grow cynical fast when thinking about this, when talking about this. Regardless if you are part of one generation or another, regardless if you have direct experience or not. Today's subject is prone to creating misunderstandings and making people cynical. And as we are all feeling right now that this sort of cynical sense is sort of claiming more and more space, both outside of us and inside of us, what we do not really know at this point is how this cynicism will affect other parts of our lives, other parts of our personalities. How much will it take over, and what will be forced to stand to the side? What will go into hiding? What will we forget about? What will we distance ourselves from that we before wanted to identify with? We will see. And the point of today's episode was to sort of create a start, a beginning, talking about something really potent in creating cynicism and sort of making life more bleak. And it will be interesting to see what sort of answers this generation will find. They will find answers my generation cannot think of. They most definitely will. That's it for today. Thank you.